Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm the Senior Customer Insight Engagement Officer here at Orwell, and I thought I'd take a few minutes to talk to you about our CHAT team. So CHAT stands for our Complaint Handling Assessment Team, and it's something that we launched in April last year, 2023, and it consists of 6 customers who come in once a quarter, and they sample some complaints for us.
I've been an Orwell tenant for many years. Always been interested in how Orwell work. For many years I've always wanted to become more involved with different things. I've been a previous employer of Orwell, and because of other jobs and different things, I never got around to do it. That was on my bucket list. But the reason I wanted to do more for this was to help the neighbourhood, get to understand Orwell more and know more about what they can provide and how to improve things for both sides, really.
Chat was more sort of aligned to the line of work, shall I say, that I used to do, because I used to work in the service industry. So when I heard what Chat was about, I thought, well, this is more in line with what I do, I have done, and perhaps it's something I should look at doing. So I actually volunteered to do it.
Well, we were all asked if we would like to come and join in with these chats and sort of do deep dive, if you like, into certain issues at any one time through the chat group. And I thought, yeah, that sounds like my sort of thing, so I did.
They look at how we deal with customers, they look at whether we've been fair, transparent in our dealings, and they give us some feedback to see if we can do things better. So this in line helps us with the housing ombudsman, because we follow what they'd like to say as well. So it's actually a really interesting thing to do, and the customers we have really love it, and it's really, really valuable to Orwell, because actually we've been able to do some great changes in 2023 on how we deal with customer complaints, making it faster, more efficient, and putting the customer at the heart of what we do.
I didn't know what Chat was really about till I actually joined and actually saw what we were going to do. And it's not a question you sit there, a group of 5 of you, and they give you this and there's no conferring or things like that. You can talk to each other about it, say, well, what do you think, what do you think? And then you draw your own conclusion, depending what you're actually doing as part of the learning curve, because it is a learning curve, so that when you're, say, challenged back at on the estate or in the block of flats or whatever about what's going on, you can turn around and say, well, actually, this is a process you should be using, and it's not as clear-cut as you think it is. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Have you done this?
It's good. It's good to work things through, to talk it through, because you then, if you get different points of view, you then try and say things from different sides as well.
I think what we have seen, we've grown as a team, because again, for customers, to start, we give them some really good training at the start, and actually what we do is we show them everything, every piece of correspondence we've had. So what we have learned is, as we've gone through, they've become more used to the format, and they've actually been able to give us more challenging feedback. So out of that, then we have been able to go back to the departments that deal with certain items and been able to give real feedback on how we could do things differently. So I think we definitely, as a organisation, get so much from it, but actually, as you'll have seen as well, the customers that are involved really get something from it as well.
Get involved, because there's other ways you can get involved if you can't participate in this. And try and make something better. If you don't do it, you'll never learn anything, and if you don't do it, you won't be a part of it. So I would say join up and see how it goes, and if that's not for you, then that's not, but always give it a go.
That's the best thing, is meeting people and getting together and feel we're actually making a difference. to whatever aspect of Orwell want us to look into.
In the spring 2024, we will be actually going out to some customers that have already told us last year that they'd like to help us shape future services. So that is something my colleague Claire will be going out to ask customers if they'd like to be involved. We don't mind how big the group is because we can always split people up, and the more people tell us things, the more things we can get right. So we're really looking forward to expanding that in 2024.